Aiden, tremendous performance by you tonight. I'm curious what happened. I mean, I know that AP talked to you this week, and I don't know, talk about what he said, what happened, and how this team responded with a record. No team's gone from 0 to 63 points in NFL history.
Yeah, I think just super proud of our guys, really, for executing well. I think, we were almost spared to have a short week here, so we couldn't really think about what happened. We had to move on, and just got to move on from everything that happened on Sunday was great for us, and to be able to do this is pretty awesome. It was really, every phase did a really good job, and it was really fun to watch and fun to be a part of.
Aiden, right in front of LT Willis with TT Sports TV1. Let's talk about the offensive line tonight, how they gave you so much time to throw the football.
Yeah, like you said, they did an awesome job. We did. Bo did a great job of switching up, getting the ball in my hands quick, and also trying to call obviously some shots. And it was a great job by everybody involved, especially the offensive line. They fought their butts off. Again, we score points like that. They're not the ones scoring touchdowns. They're just doing the dirty work. So super proud. We had obviously some new guys in there as well. Really, they really led the way tonight.
Aiden, two quick questions from me. Number one, down 2 starters on that offensive line. Can you talk about the performance of the guys next man up?
Yeah, I think it is that exactly, and I think we've been trying to do that all year. The coach has done a great job. Coach Karma's done a great job preparing those guys in practice, and just throughout the week to be ready to go. And so, like you said, it's next man up. Guys have to step up when their number is called, and those guys didn't blink. So super proud of those guys.
I talked with you this week about AP telling us that he wanted to attack down, and you certainly did tonight. Will you talk about what happened that you guys that was able to happen? I know it was the mindset before tonight, but what happened that it clicked tonight?
Yeah, I think it was sometimes the stars just align, and Trey's first touchdown, it was just really a perfect play call. Something, the look that we wanted is the one we got, and so Bo did a great job of working hard to try to get that look and calling the play at the right time. And so, like I said, it's a group effort. Bo called a great play. The offensive line protected. Trey did a great job, and the rest of the guys did as well. So it's fun when everything comes together like that.
You said you had a quick turnaround, so that kind of helped you guys off Sunday. How important was it to get that lead, though, to kind of jump on them and kind of take their spirit out of it pretty quickly?
Yeah, I think, we've been, besides last week, doing a good job of starting fast. And I think, to be able to, on both sides of the ball, really start fast this game, and offensive score and defense hold and get turnovers, I think it's just huge. It feeds your confidence when the other side of the ball is playing well. And so it was, like I said, a full team effort. Starting fast is really important, but you got to maintain it, and I thought we did that.
Hey, can you talk about the chemistry between yourself and your rookie counterparts, Trey Tucker and Michael Mayer, and how you guys are continuing to develop and building that connection up until this point and moving forward?
Yeah, I think obviously those guys, I came in with those guys, and we were even talking today and yesterday about how far we've come and how different it is now compared to what it was when we first got here and in training camp and stuff. And, the NFL is really hard, and it's hard in your first year. And so to be able to go through it with those guys and share similar experiences have been awesome. They both are, work super hard. They stay late. I throw the tray after practice all the time. Mike's always in the facility getting work, watching film. And so it's really fun to see both those guys succeed.
Jacoby had a QB rating of 131 tonight. Is he now an honorary member of the quarterback room this week?
I definitely think so. I think it was even before tonight. Cobes can really throw the ball. It really, sometimes we try to tell him not to because it makes us look a little bad, but he can roll out of bed and spin it and throw it pretty far. So, yeah, Cobes, I mean, the one double pass, it wasn't supposed to be like that, and him and Tay just made a play, and yeah, those guys are pretty fun to watch. It's pretty special just, watching guys like that play football.
Aiden, you mentioned after the loss that you still had, on the shutout loss, you mentioned you still had your confidence. And I'm wondering, a game like this, what does tonight do to validate the kind of growth you've had this season? Yeah, I think, you try not to get too high, try not to get too low. This week, Jimmy actually did really helped me a lot. We had some good discussions about just what the NFL is, how hard it is every week, how hard it is to bounce back after a game like that. But,
how it's week to week, anything can happen, and so I got great guys in my corner, Brian and Jimmy, both super supportive that are helping me just kind of tread through the waters here in my first year.
Aiden, can you talk about the crowd tonight? I mean, they were electric. I think it's probably one of the best crowds since you've been here, at least. Could you discuss the crowd and the fans, please?
Yeah, I think, for the fans to, after what happened on Sunday, to come back out and show their support. And it was like 4 minutes left, and we were obviously up big, and it was a third down and in the red zone, and the Chargers were on offense. And I just looked around and how are this many people still here and being this loud? And so it's just, we have awesome support from our fans. Like I said, especially to come off a tough week, we appreciate them a lot, and they were rowdy from the get go. Cool. Thanks, guys.
AP, I'm sorry.
Oh, there we go. I'm sorry.
You made the decision this week to put Bo up in the box. Obviously, that had an impact. I'm just curious about what went into you making that decision. And second part of that question is, I talked to you this week about attacking down the field, and you said that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how you addressed it with the team and how they responded, sir?
Yeah, first with Bo, just something I thought about over some time. It's been kind of building up, and then obviously after last week's performance, we needed to make a change, and I think it worked out well for us. To your second question, Hondo, really, like I've been saying, every week that's the plan. It's just young quarterback got to let it go, and then tonight he did. Second play of the game, boom, we took a shot. Yeah, it wasn't completed, but that kind of set the tone, and you can see what we're going to do the rest of the game. And then obviously there's more opportunities later in the game. But listen, we got a lot of skilled players that we know, and it just takes confidence, man. I wish we could do it day one. I wish we could just draw it up, and it's that easy. But obviously it took us 6 games to do it, and hopefully that's a part of us going forward the rest of the year.
Coach, in a very kind of topsy-turvy season, and I'm just wondering, a game like this, which is so unusual in terms of all the different ways you scored, I'm just wondering, was there a sense of catharsis in terms of getting a lot of frustrations out by the players? You had almost everyone on the scoreboard tonight.
Yeah, we talked about just having short-term memory. I'm going to reference what Devontae said last week, it was on the wrong side of history. Well, we're on the right side now, and that's the way we want to be. But, it's like anything, turnovers, points, they always come in bunches. And for us, it became a frenzy, right? And you saw it on defense, you saw it on offense. Special teams jumped in it. And just look at the sideline. I think if you went and watched the game, if you didn't see it, you could just hear it. There was a lot of energy down there by those guys. Hats off to our team responding, 4 days after what just happened here previously.
Coach, right here in front of you, LT Willis, TT Sports TV1. First question, what was it like going through your mind knowing that you guys have scored a franchise history of 63 points?
Well, we knew it at halftime what the record was. I was made aware of it, and we were going to be aggressive regardless what the score was. If we only had 21 or 10, we were going to be aggressive. That was our mindset. I talked to our team about it last week, playing better in the second half. I thought we did. This one was playing, full second half and not letting off on the gas pedal, and hats off to them because that was their mindset.
And my second question, from a coaching perspective, knowing that you guys lost last week, but for a coach to win this way, what does it do for the confidence of you and also your coaching staff?
Well, big. I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter who you play. It's hard to score 60-plus points in the National Football League. But I think just seeing guys understanding, man, if we execute, we do things the right way, you hear it all the time, right? It's kind of cliche, believe in the process. And I think the guys have done that. They bounced back. And like I told them on Tuesday, because, I'll be honest, we were all down. I was down. I was into it. And the best thing that they did is they came to work and their mindset, their mentality, their energy, their bounce in the building, the way they were talking. I had to slap myself and get out the funk. And they got me out the funk. And I told them that on Tuesday, and I told them that again today. Hats off to our players, because that's what leaders and real men do. They bring others along with them, and they brought me along. And, hell, we kicked some ass today.
Hey, Coach, right in the back. Jack Jones, you guys, go back a long way. So the growth of him from your guys' original relationship up to this point today, you obviously made a crazy catch today for a pick six. Can you just talk about the growth that you've seen in him?
I've seen that 2 or 3 times, to be honest, which is crazy. I've seen him do it in high school, I seen him do it in college, and then to see him do it here. And we had just got into it because he was, getting into it with the refs and the other team. And I told Devontae, go tell him to shut up. And I was going to pull him. And then the next play, he makes the play. And then I had to really pull him because I knew he was going to really act a fool. But, man, this is a talented individual. When we brought him in, I told Mr. Davis and Champ, this is the guy that just needs some loving, maturity. He needs a good locker room around him, which we have. And he'll really blossom here. And I'm glad that he's a Raider.
AP, could you please talk about, two backup offensive linemen come in, and Khalil Mack didn't have any type of a game that he had before with all your starters. Just the pride you have in the guys, next man stepping up.
Yeah, I'm going to start with Jermaine. He got a lot of slack. People got after him at that first game, right? 6 sacks, bench him, do this and that. And listen, it was his birthday yesterday. I said, best way to celebrate your birthday, blow out them cakes right there on 5-2. And he did a hell of a job on that, man. And I think all those guys amongst the offensive line and to our offensive line coach, Carm and Cam, they've done an excellent job of just getting the next man ready. We've been rotating guys throughout practice. It came to fruition last week. Short week this week. Dylan went in there, hell of a job at center. Took Greg out at guard. Put another guy in there. You couldn't tell. Be honest, man. That's coaching, man. And that's guys buying into what the coaches are saying. All the stuff that we've been doing, it come to fruition tonight. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of everything clicking, like back in the day, you put up 100 points against Compton High School. Did that remind you tonight? Did you reflect back on that?
Yeah, it was 99.
Okay. If it's 99, that's 100 in our book.
Yeah, it was close. We were trying to reset the clock that year. But, no, listen, at the end of the day, it was all sportsmanship. But at the end of the day, listen, when you just scored 0, I ain't going to stop them boys from scoring. I'm not going to stop them. We was on the other side of it last week, and it felt a certain way. And, hey, no apologies here. Sorry.
AP, a couple of weeks ago, you talked about the opportunity that kind of sat in front of this franchise with 3 straight home games. You got 1 up, 2 down. Now you guys are shifting your attention to the final 3 games of the year. 2 of those 3 are on the road. How do you guys try to bottle something like tonight and take it on the road with you?
I'll be honest. We're going to treat this game like we did every game this year that I've been a part of, at least with me at the helm. Short-term memory. I gave him Victory Friday off tomorrow. We got a Christmas party. We're going to enjoy it. Give them a couple of days off. We're going to come back and get ready for these world champs. We played them here tough. Maybe let an opportunity slip by, and we'll move on to the next one. That's just what we've been doing. The biggest window in front of us is the front. Not worry about what's behind us.
Do one more, Ed. Yeah, Aiden, after the last game, said he believed he was the guy. He had confidence in himself no matter what happened. You went with him tonight. He gave it back to you in terms of how he played. Can you just talk about what you saw from him?
Yeah, I never lost confidence. There's a lot of questions asked throughout the week, and I made it very clear, I believe it was yesterday, that I'd never wavered anything. But, you asked me a question, and I said, yeah, I'll keep evaluating it then since you're going to ask me. I'll look into it. But I made that decision with Aiden when I first took over, and I don't think you ever go back on your gut. And Aiden is a rookie. When I was a rookie and I played, I made mistakes. I had ugly games. And it's hard to play the position he plays. He's going to have rough days. And he had a rough day in the office last week. But you know what he did on Monday? His ass was the first one in the building. You know what he did yesterday? He's the last one in the building. He didn't leave. You know what I mean? He stayed there all day until he got it right. Same thing today. Didn't leave the building all day today after our morning meeting. So here's a guy, listen, man, that, he has a great opportunity, no different than me. And he's taking advantage of it. And tonight, he's on the winning side. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.